called Big Cat.
Deion.
Hey, Deion.
You ready for football?
I am.
It's another season, baby.
Pro Football Show.
All right, Deion, showtime. Football is back.
Welcome to the Pro Football Show presented by the Chevy Silverado. Week in and week out, the Silverado brings it with unstoppable grit and determination. Week 12 of the NFL. And guys, you know, we already broke down the Thursday night games that by the time this airs have already happened. We're recording this, it's Thanksgiving week, so we're just gonna let it fly. You know, you never know what's gonna happen. Rone, welcome back.
I'm so happy to be here. I truly love recording with you guys. It is the highlight of my year. I said that on Thanksgiving the other day, that that was what I was thankful for.
So
you guys.
You're thankful for Deion and for Dan and for
you,
Oh, well, thank you. What about Jerry?
And Jerry.
Yeah, what about Jerry?
Of course, Jerry Friggs.
Jerry Friggs.
Yeah, Jerry looks good. He walked in with a new fit because I guess on Advisors you threw food all over him.
It got a little out of hand.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
I like that fit. I like the fit.
He looks good, doesn't he, Deion?
Thank you.
He's in the clouds.
All right, so we're going to look at some of the records. Again, this is one of those Barstool things where the schedule is crazy. So the records from last week are going to be different because we had Thursday night games for Thanksgiving. However, Dan, I had to give you this moment because you beat Deion last week.
9-4. Listen.
First time ever.
No, listen, Deion. You know, you've been on some Super Bowl teams. It's not how you play in September and October. It's how you play in November and December going into the playoffs.
First time ever this season that you beat me. I'm proud of you, man.
I'm on that ass. I'm coming for that ass.
I like the way you said that with emphasis.
Yeah, I'm coming for that ass, so be careful.
A lot of these games today are near as good as the ones that happened on Thursday. However, the first storyline game of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado is a good game. It's against the Bengals versus the Titans.
U.S. just scored.
Time
travel. We're time traveling.
Back in the day.
We're time traveling.
Back in the
How
day,
much
go
time?
USA.
It's in the first half. We just scored. We're the best team in the world. We own soccer.
Yeah,
I love it.
The World Cup happening in November is throwing me off too. This morning I got into the office to get ready for this show and the college football show and everything else, and Troops and Expression were screaming about England. It's throwing me off, Rone.
Yeah, it's cold. Soccer doesn't match with the cold for me. I don't know.
It
Maybe
does
I'm
not
jaded.
whatsoever.
Yeah. Deion, are you going to watch the World Cup at all?
No, not whatsoever. But I don't even know when they play. I don't even know the rules of the thing. I just know you kick the ball in the net. I don't even know how many guys are on the field at one time.
That's fair. I will tell you that for the rest of this show, you will probably be hearing about the United States because as we're recording this on Monday before Thanksgiving, it's coming out on Sunday. They're playing right now live, and that's what Dan is watching.
That was electric.
Yeah, you asked if they wanted to take down the set. He was like, no, keep the pumpkin. You need something to
Yeah, I
prop
need the
his phone
pumpkin.
up
The
on.
game
He needs
behind
the
the
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
You got to have the
So
pumpkin.
we will be time traveling again. That's part of the Barstool difference. Let's start with the Bengals at the Titans. Now, Dan, the Bengals have been rolling. They've won the last 4 or 5. Their offenses looked good. Joe Burrow got revenge on the Steelers last week. And then the Titans, I feel like it's a little bit quietly, are 7-1 in the last 8 games as well. This on Sunday is the best game because both teams have winning records.
Yeah, no, this is going to be – I'm excited for this game. So the Bengals are interesting because they've had ups and downs so far this year. They've had times where they've looked like a flash in the pan. Last year was an aberration. Then they've had times where they've looked great. Jamar Chase gets hurt. I looked it up. They're exactly the same record as they were at this point last year. And so they have everything in front of them. They went last year, they were 6-4. They finished the season 5-2. Week 18, they didn't start any of their starters. They beat the Chiefs, big game. This year, they're 6-4. They can finish the season strong. They have a big game against the Chiefs next week. So they're kind of like in that spot where they could get hot at the right time. With all that said, the Tennessee Titans and what Mike Vrabel does, I'm just done doubting him as an underdog. He just makes life miserable for whoever team he's playing. I'm going to take the Titans in this game. I'm done doubting Mike Vrabel, Coach of the Year. His team just always is ready to just get in a fist fight for 3.5 hours.
Deion, what do you think?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like everything Dan said. I doubted them. I did not think they were going to go into Green Bay and come out with a victory. It's no way I thought that, especially with only thing you can really do really well is hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. But these guys are tough. They're disciplined. They play the game well. And I like the Bengals. I don't love the Bengals. I didn't even believe in them last year, even though they got to the Super Bowl. I didn't believe that they were going to win. I like the Tennessee Titans because I love the tenacity and the physical toughness that they embody. Whenever you play against a team that features the run, you're a physically tough team. And I like that about them.
I think
I'm
that
going
they
with the
have
Tennessee
some
Titans.
elements of a passing team, though, and they showed some of that last week with Robert Woods having a decent game and Treylon
Right.
Burks, a
Yeah.
rookie from Arkansas, who's kind of coming along a little bit of a slow start. But having said all that about the Titans, I think that the Bengals are really rounding into form. I think that the Bengals have been a little bit hurt by their injuries at wide receiver. Jamar Chase was hurt. T. Higgins was hurt. He finally came back last game, and he was dominant. But I think that what's been so successful for them and what's the key to their success is winning the turnover battle. They had some bad turnovers last week, but before that, they protected the ball better than almost any team in the league. I think that that's a sign of good coaching. I think that that coaching is going to carry them through to a win against a really good Titans team, a sneakily good Titans team, but bad division for the Titans. You know, they're playing against the Jaguars, they're playing against the Texans. They better win those games.
Yeah, there are a lot of divisions that seem like they're really weird when you look at who's on top of them and you realize there's not, there's really great divisions and then some really bad divisions in the league this year.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Falcons at the Commanders, Deion. Now, this is not a great game, but there are some playoff implications because they sit at 8th and 9th in the NFC standings. But the big news that came out of last week was that the Commanders have finally announced that Taylor Heineke is definitely their starter. Carson Wentz is no longer the starter. Taylor Heineke is their guy, which if you've been watching the games, you knew that was true. And I also know how you feel about the Falcons. So how are you feeling about this game?
You know, every time I don't pick them, they win. So I'm probably gonna really emulate my dear friend Dan. I mean, like he's loyal, he's faithful to the Bears, regardless of how they look. I mean, whatever's going on, he takes them. I'm gonna go to the direct opposite.
Okay.
No matter how the Falcons look, I'm going the opposite. So that's going to help them win. So I'm going to pick the Commanders because I pretty much feel like the Atlanta Falcons are going to win.
This is bullshit. Because if you actually look at our records, like the difference between our records is just the Bears' losses, and I am loyal.
No,
I
it's
pick
not
them
true.
every week.
It's not true. You won 1 week. You run 1 week and you get an ego. How can
I'm
you
just
win
saying.
1 week and you got an ego?
The Bears are 3-7. I pick the Bears every week. That's 7 losses that you then pick up as wins because you're just like the Bears.
I
stink.
picked the Falcons, and I know they're going to do me in every week. They do that to me.
So wait, what's your pick?
I'm picking the Washington Commanders.
That's bullshit.
Because I know
Okay, fine.
Atlanta's
He's
going to
jinxing.
win.
He's doing the
I'm
reverse.
helping
Fine.
them win. I'm
He's fading
helping them
himself.
win.
Yeah, he's
But the
fading
Commanders
himself.
are going to win this game, and you know that. They're going to win this game. Taylor Heineke is electric, is the way I would put it.
No, the Falcons are probably going to win, and I'm helping them win by picking the Commanders.
Okay, I have a question for you, Deion, about this game. My pick is the Commanders, but Cordarrelle Patterson just broke the record. Most
Hey.
kickoff return touchdowns in the NFL. You
Yeah,
fancied
but you
yourself.
can't do that. He's always plays on garbage teams, and he's getting a lot of kickoffs. Look at the number of returns that he had compared to Devin Hester. Devin Hester is the greatest returner of all time. Let's not get it.
I completely agree. Devin Hester
How
has
many
14
returns?
14 punt returns for Devin Hester. I'm just saying.
How many returns? How many returns?
Like
Like,
full sample
Google it.
size?
You
I don't
Google
know.
everything else.
Deion, we're on the same side. Devin Hester's the best by far. He's the GOAT. He should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm just saying, statistically, Cordarrelle Patterson has the most kickoff return touchdowns in the NFL
Only
history.
because he has
Playing on
the
bad
most
team.
kickoff returns.
But let's give him a little bit of credit.
He's getting 5 darn returns every game.
He has seven kickoff touchdown return for a touchdown from over 100 yards, which is impressive.
Oh, no.
He's exceptional.
Yeah,
I
that
was
means
just
he's playing
saying,
on bad teams with good kickers on opposing teams. That's all that means.
How many did you
I
return?
love
How many
him.
did you return?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't keep up with my greatness.
Okay, someone fact check that for me. I was going to ask. This
Not
wasn't going to be
many.
a debate because we agreed. Devin Hester's the GOAT. I was
Yeah,
going to
Devin's the
ask,
GOAT.
what is it about punt and kickoff returns
Different.
that like
Totally different.
it's so hard? Guys can't do it. Like there's just not.
No.
I mean, there's only been one punt return for a touchdown. The Patriots in the
Some
entire
guys
NFL.
can't catch. First of all, that Patriots return, What was the idiot? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't call him an idiot. I keep forgetting I'm a head coach now. What was the guy
I'll call him an
that
idiot.
blocked the guy
In the back.
behind the guy that you never block behind the guy with the ball? That's common sense. How would he think he's going to help the guy that's in front of him that's about to score?
I think, and this might be giving Bill Belichick too much credit, I think in a situation like that where it's end of game and like you can't lose the game on a penalty, he's like, just go as hard as you can, and if we get a penalty, who cares? We'll go to overtime.
He clearly blocked the guy in the back. Now if they call that back down. Now you got something to behold. Now you got to score. You got to kick a field goal. You got to score. You got to score.
What I'm saying is like the Seahawks. Remember the Seahawks when their defense was rolling? It was like, yeah, let's just have our cornerbacks hold on every play. They're not going to call it on every play. Basically being like, this kickoff, this punt return, if he doesn't return it, we're going to overtime.
That was bad.
So let's go right up to the line of
It's bad.
of blocking it back. But my question, what is it about punt and kickoff returners? Like there's very few guys who are able to do it at an exceptional level. You were one of them. What's different about you guys?
The ball. A lot of guys that can catch a punt or can catch a kickoff, they can't necessarily catch a punt. Mel Gray was one of those guys. He was unbelievable. They played for Detroit. The spin of the ball, and then a lot of guys are scared to catch a kickoff return because that's like a planned play. You got guys like setting up in like a sprinter stance, running down there to knock your head off, and that's scary to some guys. So a lot of guys don't want no parts of that.
Yeah.
I think coverage is probably getting better too. Like you have exceptional
rules changed,
athletes.
yeah.
The rules change a little bit. There's certain things that you can't do anymore. They're protecting the guys who are returning. But when we're talking about the greatest returners of all time, we can't say anything about Dante Hall. We're not going to put any respect on Dante Hall's name.
And Josh Cribbs.
Dante Hall was awesome.
But that's kind of my point. Is like there's only Josh Cribbs, Dante Hall, Devin Hester, Cordero Patterson, Deion. Like the's not
Brian Mitchell maybe.
Yeah, there's not a ton
Brian
of guys.
Mitchell, but Devin changed the game. Devin changed it during the game.
Of course
when you had to alter. Every special teams coach had to prepare for that.
The Bears' entire offense for a while there was just like, let's hope that Devin Hester can return a kick.
And he would do it.
Yeah, he would do it. And he would do it.
Also,
he would do it.
I don't blame people for being scared because that seems like a position I would not want to be in.
Probably not.
Probably not. All right, who are you taking this game, Rone?
It's the Commanders. The Commanders are really good right now. Their defensive line is extraordinary. It wreaks havoc wherever they go. And Antonio Gibson's having a really good season at running back for them. Like he's consistently putting up good numbers. He's the perfect complement to Taylor Heineke. He's that safety valve. I feel bad for Carson Wentz. And they said that he was very. They said
do you really?
He was gracious about taking the bench job, but he has to be
absolutely gracious about sitting on the bench. How can somebody be gracious? What does that mean? What? Somebody overheard the conversation and he said thank you? Like,
He was Minnesota nice, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I guess Ron Rivera said, that the conversation went well with Carson Wentz. But, I mean, he must be used to getting benched and losing his job because it happens everywhere he goes.
Yep.
Every city that he goes to, there's always a better option, which means that he's always the worst option. It can't feel good to be him.
Yeah.
Do you really feel that way? As an Eagles fan, you feel that
I
way?
literally feel bad for him at this point because, at
You're
some
a good
point,
guy.
you want him to have, like, some semblance of success, but there's always a better option on every single roster, which means he is so not the guy. It's so personal about him that he's not the guy. It feels bad because it seems like there's nothing he can do. He's physically talented, but he's not the leader that they need, and Taylor Heineke is.
Yeah. Oh, and Chase Young, by the way, is coming back.
Yeah, their defensive line is
gonna be
terrifying.
even better. Yeah.
Let's go to Sunday Night Football. The Packers at the Eagles. Now, Dan, you have a future on the Eagles. I know we're going to get to Rone as our resident Eagles fan, but you also have been one of the first all season. You were one of the first guys, at least that I saw, that said the Green Bay Packers are just not good.
Yep.
They dropped another game last week, so now they are 1-6 in the last 7. Are they still not very good?
Rome.
Talk to me.
The Packers are dead.
Love it.
But
it is
I knew
still
this
Aaron
butt was
Rodgers.
coming. I knew this was
No.
coming.
So what I need the Eagles to do is I need the Eagles to put like 6 feet of concrete on their body. I need the Eagles to bury them.
I know.
Once and for all, because until they're mathematically eliminated, I will always just be like, I was thinking about it the other day. That relaxed season that Aaron Rodgers had, and they just ripped off all those wins, has tortured my brain ever since, where I'm like, they're dead, but he's also a zombie who can come back and just wreak havoc. So I'm pleading with you. I'm asking you. I'm pleading with you. I'm begging you. The
Make him
Eagles
happy.
need
to
put them in a. I'm talking like King Tut. Like put him in the bottom of a pyramid. Put a fucking pyramid over them.
Bury his wide receivers with him.
They wake up and they don't have anywhere to go. It's over. They're dead. I want them dead, Rone.
I want that for you too, but I'm worried that the Eagles aren't built that way right now, where they're putting these double-digit wins up on people. Avonte Maddox, their slot cornerback, is hurt. Jordan Davis, their D tackle, is hurt. Dallas Goedert is hurt. And you saw them eat that. But you're not listening.
No,
though.
I hear you, but I don't want to hear that answer. I want dead.
I want that too, but I also share these same fears. Aaron Rodgers is finding Christian Watson as a reliable target. I think that there's the growth that they want to see up there. And the Eagles had a tough game, albeit on the road against the Colts. It was a tough game.
It was a tough game.
It showed you something about how they can overcome and have a late comeback from Jalen Hurts. But at the same time, the fact that they put themselves in that position, Aaron Rodgers is poised to be able to kind of put the screws to them as well. I think the Eagles win, but I think it's close.
So you're not going to make Dan happy and put him in their grave?
I think that we could fill him maybe up to his neck in cement, but I think he'll still be kind of looking around like there is zombie qualities that he'll be able to retain.
I want him dead. I'm taking the Eagles. I want him dead.
Deion, what do you think about all this?
I'm gonna take the Eagles. To me, they're arguably the best. Well, one other team, arguably the best team in the league right now. Jalen Hurts is really playing good football. They're attacking the ball. They're getting to the ball. They're running the ball, throwing the ball. The quarterback can run. He can throw. They're the total package. I do not trust the Packers. But I agree with Dan. They're not dead. Like they can beat anybody. If Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, they could beat anybody. You just got to pray he's not hot. But I'm picking the Eagles in this game.
Last year when the Eagles suffered a bunch of injuries, Jalen Hurts had to put the team on his back, and that meant running the ball a lot more, the run-pass options that they like to do. Down the stretch last game, he was running the ball a ton. He ran it in for a go-ahead touchdown, which won the game for him. They might have to rely on the run game a little bit more, on their legs a little bit more. I think they will win the game, but Aaron Rodgers is scary.
But you just want to make Dan happy at the end.
I do want to make you happy, but I can't lie to you. I can't give you. I can't lie to you.
You know what? I feel like I'm a mafia boss right now. I'm like, Rone.
You putting the hit out?
I want him dead, and I don't want to know how it happened. I just want it done.
The game is in
Don't
Philly.
come back to me and say, hey, we had a problem, we had an issue, we couldn't find him. No. I want the Packers done. If they lose if they get their 8th loss on Sunday night, it's over. There's no zombie. It's over.
At some point at the end of this game, so like maybe around 11:30 midnight, you just want a text from Rone that says done.
Done.
Just
Hey,
done.
The
that
job
thing
is
we
done.
talked about, I delivered the macaroni.
I'll talk to some
It's
guys.
done.
We'll pick some more games in just a little bit, but it is now time for #I believe. And Dan, I'm going to start with you because you talked last week about how you think the Ravens will have the best defense in the playoffs. We will talk about the Ravens. Well, we will talk about the Ravens in a little bit. I was just going to revisit your thoughts on the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, their defense was exceptional against the Panthers. The Panthers are a bad team, but that was what I'm betting on when I'm betting on the Ravens. Lamar to be electric. He's got to find a couple receivers.
Wow.
What?
Can't believe
He is
you said
electric.
that. Wow.
And their defense is going to be awesome. I don't have a great I believe right now. By the way, me saying the Rams were not going to make the playoffs, that was another one I called. Forget about the fact that I also said the Bengals weren't. I believe
We don't remember that.
I believe, and this isn't some new thing that's being said, but it needs to be said because I think we take it for granted. Patrick Mahomes is so far and away the best quarterback in the NFL. We need to appreciate how goddamn good he is. He is so good, and his teams, I tweeted on Sunday night when they beat the Chargers, and there was a minute left, and it was like, oh, he's going to score. Chiefs fans I know went through a lot of bad quarterbacks. It's not fair that they have Patrick Mahomes, and I don't mean that like fairness, like they did go through a lot, they deserve Patrick Mahomes. I'm just saying it's not fair to be able to wake up every Sunday and be like, we know that we have the best player in the NFL, and no matter what deficit there is, he will overcome it and win the game.
And no matter how much time is left.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
They had like a minute 45, and he didn't even need all of it.
It's insane. He is so.
Well, let me tell you something. You got to attribute that to Andy Reid, and I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank in the offensive coordinator.
Eric Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy, my dear friend, and I forget his darn name. Those guys are really good, man.
Yeah.
They create matchups like no other. But let me tell you this. And I love my guy Shannon Sharp with all my heart, all my soul. When it's all said and done, and Gronk, Travis Kayce may go down as the greatest tight end of all time.
Are you saying that because you did your high step? Are you saying it because you did your move into the end zone?
I'm gonna disagree
first of all,
with you there.
I like his flavor. I like what he brings to the table. I like his physicality. He's a darn big receiver, man. He's a big receiver, not a tight end. The kid can play this game like no other. He is really good.
I'll disagree with you on that one. Do you agree with me, Patrick Mahomes, head and shoulders above everyone else?
I'm not going to say head and shoulders.
Okay, you're crazy. You're stupid.
No.
The good I believe.
Okay,
now.
can I give you a rebuttal?
Yeah.
It's been several quarterbacks that Andy Reid has had that has been phenomenal.
Not
I'm
like
talking
Patrick
about
Mahomes.
MVP type of seasons.
Not like
Don't
Patrick
forget,
Mahomes.
Andy Reid blew oxygen in Michael Vick, and he should have won the darn MVP that particular year. Andy Reid and his offenses are unbelievable. Now you couple that with a quarterback with all the tools. Not only that, receivers in a scheme with Eric Bieniemy's mindset.
Nothing like
Come on,
Patrick
man.
Mahomes. Nothing
Come
like
on, man.
Patrick Mahomes. But that's fine. You can have bad opinions. You have a lot of them. I will disagree with the Kelsey thing just because I think that Gronk as a blocker is such an underrated part of what he did. To have that
Gronk is
that
not known
dual
for that.
threat.
Gronk is not known for that. Gronk is not known for that in the NFL.
But Deion, that's my point. If he never caught a ball, he would have been one of the best blocking.
You
tight
can't
ends
say
of
what
all
he
time.
would have been. He can't say what he would have been.
Okay.
But Travis Kelsey is on a historic run right
Yes,
now.
his numbers are crazy,
he's
but I'm just
putting up
saying Gronk in
insane
terms
numbers
of
right now.
the dual abilities of a tight end to be that impactful in the blocking game and the catching game. We haven't seen a tight end like that.
But every game, it seems like Travis Kelsey's going to get you 2 or 3 touchdowns.
It is crazy.
It's insane
Yes,
right
right.
now. He's on a
several
historic run
catches.
right now.
You got to put your best DB on Kelsey, not on your receivers. That's how valuable he is. And they don't build DBs like that. They don't build DBs that can run and come out their breaks and physical enough and have the size to handle a darn tight end.
Derwin
You
James
saw
is
one of the best-
Derwin James is
Yeah,
built
no,
like
he
that,
is.
and he
is,
still
but
had to
the
hang on to
scheme-
him.
Oh my God! But the scheme, they out-schemed him. It was unbelievable.
So, Deion, is that your I believe is that Travis Kelsey will go down as the greatest of all time? Deion?
I'm thinking right there because
Oh,
that's a
gotcha.
strong statement. That's a
Yeah,
strong,
Oh,
strong
okay.
statement.
It's a strong statement.
What-
It's a wrong
Arguably,
statement.
He could go down.
Yeah, no,
Arguably.
arguably, yes, he will go down. It's going to be he and one other. He and one other.
Just add a couple of words in there, and then that's your I believe is that he could arguably be the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, Rone?
My I believe is that we have not seen the last of Tom Brady's greatness. I think
I like
that
that.
Tom Brady is about to go on a little bit of a heater. They had a bye last week, but
Yeah.
it seems as if ever since this divorce happened, they're undefeated. He's kind of finding his way with his new weapons. He's finding a little bit of a rhythm behind his new offensive linemen. I think that people are sleeping a little bit on Tom Brady. They've put him in the cement. They've put him to bed. I think that Tom Brady, especially in a weak division, is poised to go on a little bit of a run. They've got the Browns this week. I think that we're going to see him not only do well in November and December,
Yeah, no, it's a good
January.
I believe. It's
I like
good
it.
I believe.
I like it. It is time for the Sunday conversation, so let's send it to Caleb, Glenny Balls, and rapper Fat Joe.
Fat Joe.
No relation to Fat. What?
Oh, this is Skinny Glenny.
Skinny Glenny with the beard. Show this man some respect.
Respect.
If this was the mafia, we would call him, the guy. Who? The guy. Who? The beard.
The beard.
If the feds is watching and they reading lips, you'd be like, hey, bye today. The beard.
What about your nickname, Joey Crack? Your butt cracks hanging out all the time?
All the time.
Really?
That's how it happened. People thought it was for selling drugs.
You got a tall butt crack.
You better fucking believe it.
Those things are sneaking up. Some of these people have them damn near in their shoulders. Somebody's got a big butt crack when you can see it from the front.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
All right, it is time for the Game Time Game of the Week with our friend Jersey Jerry, who's got a sick fit on today. How, Jerry?
I look
you
good.
You look so good.
You look great.
You look great.
Shout out to Buddha Ben.
So make sure if you guys have not downloaded the app yet, go download the Game Time app, create an account, redeem code football for $20 off your first order. Terms to apply. Again, it's any sport, concert, or show with Game Time. All right, Jerry.
Hey.
You're not wearing the eye patch anymore. How you feeling?
No, eye's good, all healed up. Took it off yesterday for the first time. Everything's good. What's not good is the Steelers. They are not good. They are not a good football team. I waited for this segment to say this.
Okay.
And this is the first time I'm publicly saying this. It might be time for Mike Tomlin to go.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh, no.
No,
Jerry.
you listen here.
You're wrong, Jerry.
Let me explain
You're
something to you.
wrong.
Deion, let me
You went too
explain. You're a winner, right? You win football games. You won on the field. You're a winner, right?
You went too far, Jerry.
No, I didn't. 3 playoff wins in 12 years because they ain't make the playoffs this year. Is that okay?
Jerry, let me tell you something about coaches. Coaches, they lose games or they lose players. Now, if he's just losing games, that's one thing. But when you lose players, which means players don't believe in you, don't believe in the scheme, don't believe in what you stand for, then it's time for a change.
Steelers have been lost for
No,
almost
they
a
don't.
decade
They
now.
still ride and die for Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
That's
they
why-
love
Thank you.
they love
Yeah,
Mike
thank you.
Tomlin,
No,
but
no,
what
you're
does
wrong.
that matter if you're not winning playoff games? You're not going to the playoffs.
Well, Jerry, you're playing musical chairs with quarterbacks. When you have more than one quarterback, that means you have
Musical
no
chairs.
quarterbacks.
We just had a guy for 18 years.
Yeah, but you played Mitch and then Kenny this year.
Doesn't
Thank
matter.
you.
Three playoff wins in 12. Okay, Deion, give me Mike Tomlin's coaching tree. How'd it turn out?
What does that matter?
No one needs a darn tree.
Yeah,
to
no,
be a dominant
they do.
coach.
Does that mean Bill Belichick stinks?
They do. They need a coaching tree.
Jerry,
and he doesn't
You
have
don't need
one.
a tree, Jerry.
No,
Jerry,
you're
nobody
wrong.
cares
You're
about
wrong.
Belichick stinks?
You're wrong. I said it on record. Time for
Jerry,
him to pack
Jerry,
up
I
his
my
just
question.
complimented
What?
your outfit. Now I'm upset.
Whose segment is this?
Mine.
Does that mean Bill Belichick stinks?
He
His
has
coaching
some-
tree
he
is
has-
garbage.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
What?
He had some great offensive coordinators, great defensive coordinators.
What have they done after?
It doesn't matter. He had them on the team.
No, but the
He
coaching
picked
tree.
those guys to coach with him.
Jerry, nobody cares about trees.
No, it's Christmas is around the corner. I care.
It's a good point. I care about Christmas
That's a good one
trees
there,
too,
Jerry.
Jerry.
His name from now on to me is Mediocre Mike because he's just been mediocre. The last decade he's been mediocre. He really has.
You
What
can't
about
associate
the
your
bounce
quarterback
back?
with
No,
that.
no, there is no bounce back because this guy's been lost for years. The guys he puts in position to coach
So
for
why
him have
you
been
didn't say that
terrible.
when you guys were scared to pull the plug on Ben 4 years ago when you should have, but Mike Tomlin get the blame for that foolishness. So nobody said that because the coach is always going to be associated with the quarterback. You find a good quarterback, you're going to find a good coach.
He's making good points,
No, he's
Jerry.
not.
Yes, he is.
He's so removed from the game.
No, but Ben, no, Jerry. Ben,
Jerry, I'm a coach now. How am I removed
You
from
ain't a
the
coach in the
game?
NFL though. You a coach college football, not NFL but football.
Everything's removed from the game.
oh man.
You like that one?
It was a close game. They had a close game against the Steelers, or against the Bengals.
I understand the players love him. I get that. It seems like there's no discipline ever. You know what I mean? It just seems like the players love him because they can do whatever they want. They don't get reprimanded for playing bad. It's just nothing. He doesn't call out players.
But
in
there was
press
going to be
conf-
growing pains with Kenny Pickett this year. Like he's not going to he missed some throws. You know, that's going to come with him being in the league a
Yeah,
little bit
I get
longer.
it. I understand that.
There were a few years ago with like the Instagram lives in the locker room and stuff, Jerry. I understand why you're saying.
it's really frustrating because you know what's happening now is you're wasting two guys, Minka Fitzpatrick and T.J. Watt. You're wasting their prime. I feel bad for those guys because those guys are elite football players.
It's the NFL, Jerry. Next year's totally
Jerry,
different.
that stuff happens. What about the guys in Detroit that have been wasting their prime for 20
Oh, that's
years now?
Detroit. Nobody cares about Detroit, really.
So your game time game of the week is the Steelers and the Colts.
Yes,
So-
it is, and the play is very simple here. It's the Colts.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, it
no,
is.
Jerry.
You know, I
He
seen enough.
can't pick the Steelers after what he just
No,
said.
I seen enough, and I have to get realistic with myself. They're not a good football team, like at all. They're the least balanced football team I've seen in the NFL this year. They rank last in every offensive category this year.
Wow.
It's just
That's something to do with
it's
your
sad to
quarterback.
see, and you know what also is sad is when the Bengals had that 93-yard drive to close out the game, you seen Mike Tomlin on the sideline with a nice smirk on his face.
did
No
have that.
clue why is he smiling. Why? Why is he smiling?
Someone
You're
might
supposed to
have
be a
passed by him and told him a
defensive-minded
joke.
head coach. What are you doing? This defense has been bad. He's got to go. I'm sorry. I said it.
You are allowed to believe whatever you want. It's your segment.
It is. I mean, it's just really unfortunate what the Steelers have turned into. They used to be a dominant, physical football team for decades. This team is soft.
Who do you want, though? Who do you want to coach?
I'll bring in a guy like Kellen Moore.
Offensive mind?
Who?
Yeah, offensive-minded coach.
Jerry.
Good for the quarterback.
Jerry.
What? Jerry what?
Jerry.
Jerry what?
No, it's your segment.
Say it. I want you to say it.
No, it's your
No,
segment.
no,
Well, it's
no,
his
no,
segment.
no,
He
no,
wants
no.
you to say it.
Say
It's
it.
his
Say
You
segment.
guys can't provoke
Jerry,
Jerry.
Kellen
Don't provoke
Moore,
Jerry.
Mike Tomlin, Deion brought up a great point. You lose games, you don't lose players. I don't think he's lost the players, and it's the NFL. Every year you have a team that bounces back and does well after having a bad year. I mean, look at who the Vikings were. The Vikings weren't in the playoffs last year, were they not? They
No,
weren't,
not
right?
No.
Okay. The
What happened?
Giants.
Didn't the
Giants
Vikings
are
get a new head
7-3.
coach? They got a new head
Yeah,
coach,
they did.
didn't they?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
So you just whatever that word is, you contradicted yourself there. They got a new head
I
coach.
might have.
Good job, Jerry. Jerry, good
Fine,
job.
fine. Jerry, fine. You know what? You want to fire
Jerry, he
Mike
didn't
Tomlin?
think you
I'll
were
fire
listening.
Mike Tomlin with you.
I'm not asking for them to
No,
fire.
I'm
him.
here. I'm here. I'm
I'm
ready.
telling
Let's
him,
go.
you know what, Mike? If you're listening, time to step down.
Okay.
Because the Roonies aren't going to fire him.
Resign? You want to resign?
Resign.
Resign,
That's it.
sir.
Resign.
Colts.
Thank you, Jerry. So
Jerry, I still like your outfit, no matter what you just said.
yeah, his outfit is great. So are you guys taking the Colts as well?
I think I have to after
Yeah.
he kind of mousetrapped me with that because my two bounce back points were the Vikings and the Giants, their new head coaches. So yeah, I think Jerry won that argument.
Wow.
I'm taking the Steelers.
So,
The Colts have been playing well, though. The Colts gave the Eagles a game. They kind of have something new under Jeff Saturday. Matt Ryan isn't completely cooked. I'm taking the Colts.
That Jerry's segment has just gotten more and more contentious
I
throughout
love
the
it.
season. It's fantastic. All right, let's get to some rapid fire games presented by Cross Country Mortgage. Players watch game film to prepare. Finding your dream home is no different, and Cross Country Mortgage is the partner that's prepped to put you in position to win. Reach out to us today at ccm.com/barstool. That's ccm.com/barstool, ccm.com/barstool. Equal housing opportunity, NMLS 3029. All loans subject to underwriting approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Deion, let's talk Broncos at the Panthers. You've been saying all year, a lot of people have been saying all year, the Broncos are just absolutely lost. Russell Wilson making bad decisions at the end of the game. And then, of course, the Panthers are also garbage. This game is gross. Two teams have only won 3 games. What can you expect?
Nothing. You can expect nothing. So now, usually when I don't expect anything, I go to who has the better quarterback. Now that's a darn toss-up. So what I'm going to go with now is who's the home team. So I'm going to go to Carolina Panthers because this is a horrible game.
Rone?
This is one of the ugliest games, and not even the worst teams, but just not fun to watch.
No.
These teams are not fun to watch. Obviously, the Broncos have a good defense, and I think that the Panthers' offense is bad enough that the Broncos' defense is going to overcome that. I'll take the Broncos, but I will not watch a second of this game, this I promise you.
Dan?
I'm happy that we have such an easy. We have 6 TVs in the gambling cave, so usually there's 1 o'clock games, so we have to just keep eliminating an entire game. This is the easiest elimination of games possible. This will not be on television in the gambling cave. With that said, I'm taking the Panthers. Panthers are, that was my backup, I believe. The Panthers are my bounce back team next year. Next year.
With a new quarterback?
With
New
yeah,
quarterback,
okay.
new coach. Their defense has some guys, and they still have DJ
Yeah,
Moore.
they didn't trade Brian Burns.
They didn't trade Brian Burns. What's their cornerback is escaping me. This is bad.
J.C. Horn?
J.C. Horn.
Horn.
They have the bones of a team that can go from last to first, worst to first, in a year.
Where do
So
you
that's
think-
I believe for next year.
Where do you think Baker will be?
Not on the Panthers.
At the crib.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Probably he'll be making more commercials from home. Let's go to the Bucks at the Browns. Rone, you've talked about how you don't think that Tom Brady should be buried by any stretch of the imagination. They had a bye last week after 2 straight wins. You credited the fact that maybe the divorce is finalized. He's got that off his chest. And the Browns have been playing the way they have all year. Deshaun Watson is at practice. We're not sure when he will exactly be available, but it doesn't probably make much of a difference.
Yeah, I think that the Buccaneers are going to come into their own. I've already kind of stood on this hill. Maybe I'll die on this hill, but I'm willing to believe that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are getting slept on a little bit. People have kind of come to the consensus that the top teams in the NFC are basically the top of the NFC East and the Vikings. I think that there are other good teams kind of poking through in the NFC East, or I'm sorry, in the NFC, and I think the Buccaneers could be one of them. I think they'll win.
Dan?
Yeah, I have the Bucks as well. The Browns are just waiting out for Deshaun Watson next week. But yeah, this is the Bucks. Off a bye, Tom Brady gets his rest. The Browns are a classic team. Like the Browns will be up in this game because it feels like every week their first drive looks great, and then they will just not be good because they're not a good team.
Deion?
Rapid fire, right, guys?
Yeah.
This way to take an hour for one darn game. I'm going to take the Bucks and Tom Brady.
Fair enough. All right, Dan, rapid fire. The
Ravens.
Ravens at the Jags.
Ravens.
Deion?
Ravens and that great quarterback that they have.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Rapid fire. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Okay, Deion, the Texans, who are disgusting at 1-8-1, and the Dolphins with Tua.
Tua!
Rone?
It's easy.
Tua.
This does
Yeah.
not need any talking about.
Yeah.
This is the Dolphins. Easy.
Rapid fire. Okay, Dan. Try not to talk too much about this one.
Well, I have to talk a little
Yes,
bit about
I
this
know.
one. The
So-
Bears, the
Oh,
Jets.
here we go.
Yeah,
Here we
the
go.
Bears at the Jets. The Bears lose that heartbreaker last week, and then the Jets lose to the Patriots the way they did, and Zach Wilson kind of being a little bit of an asshole in the press conference.
Yeah, and so I'm not even going to talk about the Bears here other than the fact that if Justin Fields is even a little bit injured, the Bears should not play him this week. I saw a take that like they should sit him for the rest of the year. That's stupid, but do not push him if he could get re-injured this week, especially against the Jets' great defense. Deion, as a defensive guy, I'm taking the Bears. As a defensive guy, you see the Jets ball out defensively against the Patriots, and then their quarterback go in front of the media, and they ask, do you think the offense let the defense down? And he said, no. How much would that drive you crazy?
It would. I would immediately call him into the office and just talk to him about being a real leader of the team. That's why I hate when we just put C's on these guys' chests and they're not the captain or they're not leaders. I don't have C's. I have an L. You got to be a leader. You got to be a leader or you're D. You're a
That
dog.
could get
I have
confusing.
leaders or dogs. That's it.
That could get confusing having your quarterback walk around with an L on his chest.
No, he's a leader.
Okay.
That means leader.
Yeah,
for
but
us.
that also is loss.
Well, what if he had a big D
Or
on his
lo-
chest?
or-
Yeah,
loser,
D,
yeah.
D, and everyone's like, it's dog.
Yeah, dog.
Okay,
He's a
I
dog.
like that. Yeah, little twist.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Bears as well. I think that the Jets, I think Zach Wilson is a little bit in over his depth.
Yep.
And
Deion?
this is why I'm taking the Jets, because both of you guys took the Bears.
Okay, just going
Great.
against the grain. All right, Rone, Chargers at Cardinals. No
think-
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I think that
My days are off. He's not playing tonight.
right.
So we don't know next Sunday.
But
Potentially.
I still think that the Chargers are getting a little bit more healthy. They lost to the Chiefs, but they had a good game against the Chiefs. Their wide receivers are good and getting healthier. I think the Chargers will win.
Dan?
Yeah, I'll take the Chargers as well. Cardinals are falling apart fast, and the Chargers, like Rone said, are getting a little bit healthier. They also need to, like, this is where they need to go. Like, it's put up or shut up time. We've heard about the Chargers every offseason being the team that's going to put it all together. They have all this talent. This is the time they have to start rattling off some wins in December.
Deion?
I like the Chargers.
Okay, Deion, the Raiders at the Seahawks, and your guy, Geno Smith.
Geno is the comeback player of the year, and I'm going with Geno and the Seahawks.
Rone?
I'm with Geno as well. I think that the Seahawks are good.
Yeah,
Dan.
I'm going with the Seahawks as well, off a bye.
I love that how Deion called out rapid fire, and we're going rapid
Oh,
fire.
I'm locked in then.
Oh, I am locked
yeah,
in.
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
coachable.
Chiefs is the next one.
Okay, Rone, Rams, Chiefs.
This is easily the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I'm not even talking about it.
Take the Rams. You won't take the Rams, Deion.
I have no idea what happened to the Rams. I really don't know what happened to
them.
the Rams. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Be a man. Take them. Oh, you're not a man. Okay.
All right, Dan, in the last game of rapid fire.
I need to make up space. I need to try to get in his head a little bit.
I don't think that making him take the Rams is the way to do it. Let's go. Last game of rapid fire is the Saints at the 49ers. And Dan, Andy Dalton actually had a decent game for the Saints last week.
I'm so sick of him. I'm so sick of him. Nice guy, but I'm so sick of him. I just want to see Jameis. I've actually said that I think they have Monday Night Football in a week. And I said I'd jump in front of a bus if Andy Dalton starts that game. So
Start the buses.
Clock is ticking
Let's
for
start the
me.
buses.
I will take the Niners in this game.
Ron?
Yeah, it's definitely the Niners. They're a better football team. The Saints are not good.
All right, Deion?
Can somebody answer this question? Have anyone seen Drew Brees?
He tried broadcasting, wasn't great at it, and now
Yeah, but he was good enough to. They should have got rid of him after a year, and I'm pretty sure he had more than a 1-year contract. Like that was like, where is he? You can't be on TV every Sunday for the last 20 years of your life. Now you're just gone.
Yeah,
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it worked out for him. I think he's playing pickleball or something somewhere.
Yeah,
Was
but
he
he was.
really
I
that
thought he
bad
did a
in
good
booth?
job.
Oh, he was that bad.
I mean, he was bad. But
No,
I
he
think
wasn't.
that
He wasn't in
bad.
the booth. He was on the pregame show. He wasn't in the booth.
He was bad.
No, he wasn't. I've seen bad.
He was bad.
Okay. And I hate to call it. No, I can't do it.
Do it.
Oh,
Worst person you ever
No,
heard?
he was not as bad as
I'm gonna
Jason
give you a
Witten,
hint.
is what you're
Okay,
asking.
I'll give you a hint. I'm not gonna say the name, but I'll give you a hint. He was an ex-basketball player, and he was on ESPN, and it was bad.
Ooh.
Yeah,
He
bad.
called games,
I
or
mean,
he was in the booth, or he was
No.
Pregame?
On like a pregame show. Bad. He's at the desk. It's bad.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm
So,
stumped.
I
I'll
want him
leave
to
it
say
at
it's so bad. But he's
I
smart.
can't.
He'll know.
He won't put smut on
knows.
anyone's name.
What was it?
Can't do it.
Oh.
You'll guess in a minute.
Was it Magic?
No, Magic. First of all, Magic is my guy. Was not
Magic can just smile and everyone will want to tune in.
People wanted Drew Brees to be Tony Romo, and he's not. But I'm worried about Tom Brady. They gave Tom Brady so much money that he better be transcendent. What if he has a bad year?
Tom Brady can't be bad at anything that he does, Ron. Don't
I
you
know
even
you
put that out there
I know
in the
you think
universe.
that.
Don't you put that out there
Bad
in the
at
universe.
marriage, good at football.
No,
We'll see what
no.
the third thing is.
No. All right, Deion, are you taking the Saints or the Niners?
Yes, I'm taking the Niners.
Okay. It is time for the primetime pick of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. Again, reminding everybody, Deion has already won in September and November, but we are going to keep playing. So, Deion, who are you taking for week 11?
Oh, this guy has to be a lock, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
Have I picked the Chiefs yet over the Rams?
You
Have-
have
can I
not.
No,
pick
but
the
you
Chiefs?
just picked the
Yeah,
Rams.
The only teams that you can't pick in this month are the Ravens, the Cowboys, and the Commanders.
Oh yeah, give me the Chiefs.
All right, Rone?
It's the Dolphins. They have the easiest game this week. The Texans think.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
Dolphins?
Easy.
Okay. How's everybody feeling after that?
I feel great. I can't believe you
feel
took the
great.
Rams over the Chiefs, though. That was crazy. But you
just
know
putting that-
football. You know ball.
I did not do that.
You know
That's
ball.
why
Well-
you trying to talk me into it.
Well,
You know ball.
he knows ball, but Jerry thinks he's been removed from the game for a little
Yeah.
bit too long. So
Yeah.
That was sad to hear. I didn't realize you stopped loving football.
I know, it's very sad. All right, everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out
Have a
with
good
us.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes.
God
Happy
bless.
Happy
See you, Deion.
Thanksgiving. See you guys next week.